times that these kind of honors have happened to me, I'm always kind of shocked and thinking maybe they got the wrong number.
It's such a reputable organization that I was really proud to be among all these other great judges, literally the top of the advertising world.
It's a legacy brand. It's held high creative values for a long time, so it's a good thing to be part of.
When I found out I was nominated, I was really excited. It's really inspiring to see the best work in the world. With the sheer volume of work, the toughest part of being a judge is that you never know what you're going to see next. So you'll see something and it'll set a pinnacle in your head, and then it'll go higher and higher, and then it's all the constant readjusting.
And being as critical of each piece as I am of the next.
It's been nice with the last day to see everything at once, put the whole thing together in your head of how great this work is.
Survey the whole collection and kind of be thorough, because we want to make sure that the things that are awarded gold pencils and silver pencils really deserve it, and it's not through fatigue that we somehow let something get through that.
There is a wonderful thing that I never thought I'd really see again, which is minimal use of means and max creation of meaning. That tended to be something maybe that was in the 60s and 50s.
Using old things in a new way kind of harkens to the time's importance of, being thrifty, of being clever.
There's more done with less money.
A lot of the poster work and the broadcast work was outstanding.
Tail end of a recession, there's still environmental trends.
Great problem-solving initiatives for things.
Public service announcements for a lot of humanitarian needs.
Good pieces that have not tried too hard and had profound effect.
Small startup firms can really challenge big organizations with communication.
Student work is less kind of internally critiqued.
When I'm judging college work, really looking for stuff that's going to just be so different.
The Million Trees for New York City, to me, was an idea to really see concept. You saw a lot of apples and skyscrapers, and it was interesting to see who could kind of push beyond conceptually. And
because if you look at your career, that's the time when you can let it all hang out.
Million Trees New York City project, like some people were even challenging the name and pushing it in different ways that I probably wouldn't have thought about.
Innovation, unconventional, break the borders. Don't listen to your teachers. Like really go outside the box.
And then in terms of the Nuka one, I mean, the simpler ones that focused on making sure things were legible. I mean, I think it was really easy to kind of see the students who were excelling in typography and the ones that weren't.
Some people had some great design, and some people had some cool things, but they didn't solve the problem. And I don't think I can impress more dramatically, unless I go like this, how important it is to actually solve every bit of the problem that's presented to you.
There were some really, really smart thoughts, people that have used, or at least read the brief, my goodness, and read the brief and got the brief and understood the brief. And so I thought there was a level of professionalism which was lovely.
In the real world, your great ideas don't mean anything if they haven't hit all the points first that you have to hit on that brief. So I was really impressed that more than not, everybody really went back and back and back and read every single word of the brief and made sure they clung to that. So that was impressive.
It's really hard to pinpoint any one trend. It just seems like people are trying to find new ways to get out in front of people, and so they're constantly pushing further and further, and so everything looks different.
There's definitely a broad spectrum of good work and bad work.
Typography.
Typography felt weak.
That was one area was maybe a little shallower.
Slightly underwhelming sense of craft.
Really wild type stuff.
Typefaces from the 50s. And
we saw a lot of dot matrix fonts.
Things are more tiny than I imagined.
Poster design made up of a lot of smaller pieces.
Tiny pictures and type that create larger things. I have trifocals now, so I'm hoping that I'm rocking these.
The recession has limited the quality of the work.
But there's been a couple of pieces that shine through.
A couple of pieces that stand out. I think there's one that we all probably think will win.
The toughest thing is finding examples of work that really reflect where design is going.
How do these projects broaden out into more relevant medias, digital? I didn't necessarily see that.
That's not yet visible in this competition.
But maybe that's something for the future.
That's the opportunity. That's the space where I think design can go.
You walk through and some things you see and they absolutely amaze you, where you've never seen anything like that before. And then some things you see and it's the same thing you've seen over and over, but just one little thing is different. And that sparks your creativity.
It's time for creativity to come back and really give the industry and people like the jury a real jolt of, wow,
that's great. And I literally, almost like when you leave a movie and you want to be the hero, you leave here and you start looking at things a slightly different way, and that's an amazing feeling.
Bloody cool, you know.
Be built from the cornerstone, and call me still when I'm off the dome and get screwed like a wall when you nail these poles, you're on top, but you never flow. On top like a steeple, take it back like the repo, we know like an ego from here to Evo. You know it ain't no equal when it comes to my ego.